Everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we've got an unpackaging, unboxing video. I'm in the middle of folding my laundry that I washed yesterday. Not making a whole lot of progress on it. So instead of, doing that, I decided that we're going to film an unboxing. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so today we're doing a first impressions on the Ozark Trail Vertex. Now, actually, ironically enough, excuse me, on the day I'm recording this, my first impressions on two other Ozark trails got published. The Trailman and the I can't remember what the other one was called. But anyways, both those knives were cool, but they kind of weren't as cool as I was hoping. So I'm going to see if this knife can maybe bring some redemption. This one's got really cool... I mean, the overall profile is very plain Jane. There's nothing super exciting or special going on here, but I do like these aluminum scales. I like this kind of maroon anodization with the blue accents, blue pivot collar. You guys know I'm a sucker for pivot collars. So I'm kind of hoping that this will be an interesting knife. My problems with the other ones were that they had a little bit of blade play. Now, since I have actually worked the blade play mostly out of the smaller knife, the little Tonto, the larger knife, the Trailman, still has significant up and down and side-to-side play, which I'm not thrilled about. Again, though, it's an $8 knife, so we'll see. I might get another Trailman, pick up another one just to see if it feels better. I've heard from you guys in the comment section that have also purchased those knives, that yours were working completely fine, no blade play or anything. So, there is going to be variation model to model. But let's go ahead and look at the Vertex. I don't really think I need to go into the whole Ozark Trail is kind of, I don't know if a rebrand is the right word, but they're like reinvigorating their brand. So these $8 knives are kind of taking the place of what used to be their like $5 knives, which I always thought were really good for $5. But these are a little bit of a step up. We've got nicer materials on the handles. We've got reversible pot clips. We've got bearings in the pivot. We've got names, which is kind of cool. So Ozark Trail is definitely, stepping it up. All right, we're going to be breaking into this using the Hinderburg Jurassic. $400, $8. The knives I buy for the channel versus the knives that my viewers send in. And honestly, I don't even think we really need it. But you know what? I want to use it, so we're going to. They've got like this dashed line here. I think last time I broke into one of these, I just literally like ripped it open. In fact, that's what we're going to do today. You get a knife that's this badass. You just want to use it for everything. But with this one, we can actually just pop it out. And it's got like a little thing on the inside. Actually, maybe a knife would have helped make this a little bit easier, but whatever. We'll just caveman it. Shebang. Honestly, not a bad looking knife. I do like the colors. We have blue liners. I thought it was just like a little blue backspacer, but no, the liners are blue. We have a blue pivot collar on one side only, which is interesting. Okay, we do have a reversible clip, tip up carry. It is not recessed into the scale, and it does not have flat screws. Drop point, hollow ground blade, very, very thin, probably 3CR. The liner actually sticks out. You can see that a little bit. The liner is proud of the scales for access. Let's see what this feels like. Ooh. Ooh. That was rough. Okay, so lockup is at... Pull out my eyeball protractors. Lockup is at about... We'll call that 40%. Honestly, better lockup than was on the other knives. That was another issue I had with them, was the lockup was very, very late. Okay, that action feels very stiff. Is this one not on bearings? Oh, that would be disappointing. It says it was, didn't it? No? Yeah, it says bearings. Okay. So here's a folded profile. Very, very nice. I actually love pocket knives like this. They're kind of, small, sleek drop points. I don't carry them that often, but I do love the aesthetic. Centering is spot on. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's see what that flip is like. Once again, no jimping on flipper tab. They don't typically jimp their flipper tabs, which I think is a mistake. Okay. Oh. All right, there we go. Little bit stiff. Wow. That disengagement is really uncomfortable. No up and down, and no side to side. Okay, awesome. But it is super tight. Now I might just be able to put some KPL in here, and that'll fix the issues. In fact, the action's already, it's already breaking in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be one that just needs to be flicked a little bit to break in. You can see, like, I am like messing up my thumb on this lock bar. Stiff lock bar, but again, it is already kind of breaking in. The detent feels really solid. That's a good detent. That's exactly what you kind of need on this knife. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. Ergonomics. Better than that little... Why can I not remember the name of that stupid little Tonto knife? Anyways, better than the ergonomics on that. That knife had very sharp liners, and the G10 scales were also sharp. This aluminum's a lot softer, and it meets up with the liners a lot more evenly. But where the liners do poke out here for the lanyard hole, that corner right there is pretty sharp, and it digs right in to the soft part of my hand. So this is not a knife that I'd want to be using for repeated cuts and gripping very, very hard. But for just EDC tasks, like a single cut and done, it shouldn't be that bad. Hologram blade, which I love to see. Probably 3CR steel again. Yeah, I think I prefer the design on the other two Ozark Trails I took a look at over this one. But this one, the fit and finish and build quality is a little bit better. And again, that action is already, yeah, the action's already wearing in very, very nicely. A little bit of a double clutch right there. Yeah. And I think this is going to break in really, really well. My biggest issues right now, hotspot off of that, and the lock bar is a little bit uncomfortable. Other than that, for $8, this actually feels really, really nice. The aluminum is very cool. I did notice that there at Walmart, where they had all these on the little display case, a lot of these were already scratched up because, they're all sitting back to back to back on the little roller display and the little pocket clips. The steel pocket clip on one knife is going to be rubbing up against the front scale on the knife behind it. This knife just so happened to be put in the wrong spot, and it was behind fixed blades that have just like the cardboard on the back, and so this one does not have a scuffed up front scale, which is cool. It will not remain that way for very long after I start carrying and using the knife, but whatever. Again, for $8, it's very, very hard to complain. If Ozark Trail was selling this knife for $20, $25, I would have a lot more complaints. A lot of the issues that I have, this little hotspot, the uncomfortableness of the lock bar, the fact that it took a little bit of breaking in. I mean, honestly though, just flicking it, it's breaking in beautifully, so that's not really an issue. But, a lot of those things I would have more of an issue with. Maybe the pocket clip, I would nitpick a lot more. But for an $8 knife, it does make it hard to complain that much. Now, I will be giving this knife a review, and of course, I will be mentioning all of my pros and cons, but I've said it before, I'll say it again. I just think it's amazing that Ozark Trail is putting out knives of this quality at this price point. Is this the best knife you're ever going to use? No. Is it the best $8 knife you're ever going to buy? Probably so. Probably so. I think the only thing competing with this would be like a Rough Rider traditional. And those are kind of two different categories of knife. So I'm not sure how comparable they actually are. But this is a really cool knife. I do like this one a lot. It's got some weight to it, but it's a nice weight. The jimming up here is basically non-functional. Maybe we'll call it barely functional. Yeah, it doesn't really grip you back. It's more like just a place to be like to help you index the knife. But yeah, very, very cool. I do like it. I do like it a lot. Might be my favorite of the Ozark Trail so far. I had really big hopes for that Trailman, the big knife. I might get another one and see if it's better than the one that I have right now. But as for now, there is a first impressions of the Ozark Trail Vertex, I believe. Yes, the Vertex. Pretty dope. It's late. I'm going to go to sleep. Big shout out to my channel members at the Cowboy level. I appreciate everything you do for the channel. If you want to become a member and support me directly, there's a link down below. As for the rest of you hooligans, if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like, comment below, and subscribe. I've been Gideon, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.